Around 4:30 p.m. on April 19th, 2018, our neighborhood experienced a tragedy that you hope will never happen. One of our neighbors experienced a serious house fire. Our block has been actively participating in Map Your Neighborhood. While the program prepares you how to deal with major catastrophic situations, one of the primary outcomes is getting to know your neighbors better and how to respond in any emergency. Susie is one of our neighbors on our block, and while she doesn't claim this title, she really is our block hero in her response to the recent fire. Every block needs a block mom like Susie in an emergency. Susie was out for a walk with a friend when they heard a loud popping sound, and suddenly huge columns of dark gray smoke came pouring out of the chimney and windows of her neighbor's house. She hurried back up the street and started screaming for another neighbor, Marco, who is listed on our Map Your Neighborhood skill inventory sheet as a handyman with a garage full of tools. His son Nick came out of the house, and Susie instructed him to call 911 and to get his father to come because their neighbor's house was on fire. At this point, her walking friend, Mary Ann, went to the house on the street behind them to get them on alert and get hoses going on their properties. The neighbors next door to the fire were out of town, but Susie had their gate key in her pocket to get their mail. Marco grabbed his 2 fire extinguishers, but it was quickly apparent that the fire was already well beyond what a fire extinguisher could contain. Between Susie and her neighbor, Marco, they were able to get both hoses going to keep the fire from coming over the fence, and Marco held both hoses over his head for what seemed like half an hour to keep watering the fence between the 2 homes. Meanwhile, Susie headed back out to the street and was met by the first responder,